What is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV. I have some concerns about the Samsung Galaxy Z tri-folding phone. As much as I'm excited and I really want to get my hands on it and make videos on it and see what I actually feel and think about it, going into this, I know that I personally have some concerns about it. And let's go through that list of things that, again, I'm worried about. First of all, the price. We don't know the exact price just yet here in the States, but we've reportedly heard $3,000. That's a price that I might not even dive into myself. If it's $2,400 and I can trade in one of my phones and get like $1,000 off, which is asking a lot, I'll probably do it. And you could be like, well, it puts it down to $1,400, tax, $1,700 at that point. But if it's $3,000 and I get $1,000 off, I still have to pay $2,000 plus tax. It's a lot of money. I don't know if I want to dive into it that deep, but regardless, price is definitely a concern with it. Durability, man. This is probably one of the things that I got to be most concerned with. Since the origination, is that origin? Origin of folding phones from Samsung, they've gotten way better over the years. But in the beginning, you drop it, and they break really easily. It's not as bad as that anymore. I mean, I still recommend getting insurance, and this phone, definitely get the insurance. But some of the durability issues that I am kind of concerned with are the following. The creases don't bother me, but the longer you have these folding phones, the crease on the middle of the screen can get enhanced. It can get bigger, more noticeable. This phone has 2 creases, and as a selling point to other folks, that might be something where people are like, oh my God, what the heck is that? It's so big. And it's got 2 creases. Doesn't bother me whatsoever, but it is something to be somewhat concerned with. Next would be basically the increased points of failure. This has 2 hinges, and instead of 1 hinge, which could potentially break, now you got 2, doubling the chances of something mechanically going wrong. These are physically, moving back and forth multiple times, possibly thousands of times when you have this phone. The potential of that hinge causing a screen issue or causing an issue where it just wears out and breaks down and you don't have insurance, or maybe you do, could be annoying and cost a lot of money if you don't have the insurance. So that's something to think about. Inner screen fragility. We saw in Mr. Who's the Boss's video, the inner screen of the tri-folding phone had some issues where he had already had it scratched. That inner screen still uses a plastic-based top layer over that thin glass, which significantly improves or increases the scratch resistance on that. So you could have dust and sand and internal damage from scratches. Could be any of that stuff. It's a concern, and even putting more added weight into that durability with dust and particle pieces, despite having an inward folding design for the protection. 2 hinges create a more complex structure, raising concerns about its long-term resistance to dust and dust particles. So all of that, adds into that the fragility and the durability of the device. A big, probably honestly the biggest concern that you would have on this device. Another concern I personally have, and this won't affect everybody, is it too big? It's 10 inches when it's completely maxed out and opened up, and I can still hold this phone very, very comfortably in one hand with a pop socket and not have to worry about it. One of the concerns I have is, can I throw a pop socket on the back there and it won't fall off, either the adhesive one or the magnet one? Will it come off or not? Is it going to be strong enough to hold the phone up? Is it going to make my hand tired or my wrist tired? That is a concern, because one of the things I always do with this phone, I live on the bigger display, and not being able to do that and have to, when I'm walking around, for instance, and having to live on that smaller display is not a attractive thing to me. At that point, I would just say with the Z Fold 7. So being mobile truly with this phone and using it in those kind of aspects, and again, I love living in the bigger display, is it even doable on a regular basis? That is a huge concern for me. Bulk and weight. This is going from, 8.9 millimeters closed on the Galaxy Z Fold 7 to 12.9 millimeters closed on the Galaxy Z TriFold. It's also going up in weight. It's like 10.7 ounces versus 7.6 ounces on the Z Fold 7. This is pretty light and thin. Is that going to cause me hand fatigue and tired? And am I going to get pain in my wrist when I'm holding it if I'm holding it with one hand? These are real concerns, real things to think about. It does get as thin as 3.9 millimeters at its thinnest point, which is a little bit thinner than the Galaxy Z Fold 7, or about equal to it. So I'm not real worried when it's completely wide open, except for the actual weight. But people that have tested the phone and used the phone don't say it's a massive difference in terms of weight, even though 3 ounces can be a massive difference over the long term. But it is something to ultimately think about. Beyond that, what else are we talking about? There's not a lot of things that I am that concerned with. Long-term usage, obviously, with the durability, being able to use this device in a way that I can personally get usage out of it and not be bothered by it with the weight and the distribution of how big it is, and use it in a multitude of different ways. Those are some of my concerns, but beyond that, this is one of those devices I really feel like I have to try at this point to get a full, true opinion on it, and if it's just too unwieldy and big for me, or if it's just you know what, this works. And it's something I've been waiting for a whole time, for going from a true phone to a true tablet size. It's super interesting. We're about a month away from probably knowing the release date and the price here in the States. It's coming out very soon at the time of making this video in Korea. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you have concerns? Do you have more concerns that I don't have versus this phone? Let me know. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.